What if the most powerful health tool in human history has been completely misunderstood? Before we dive deeper, please pause and read this disclaimer. Most people today look at meditation as a simple way to lower their blood pressure or de-stress after a hard day at work. But ancient sages and modern mystics didn't spend their entire lives in deep contemplation just to relax. They did it to unlock the ultimate frontier of human consciousness. Meditation, at its core, is beautifully simple. The great Indian sage Swami Vivekananda defined it as the science of absolute focus, the training of the mind to concentrate on a single point or thought without drifting. It is the art of taking control of your internal world. There is a widespread myth that meditation belongs exclusively to Eastern spiritual traditions, but historical and textual evidence tells a much more universal story. Contemplative practice is a global human heritage. Many biblical scholars and historians believe that Jesus himself regularly practiced deep, solitary meditation during his frequent retreats into the wilderness. Similarly, Islamic tradition notes that before receiving his first revelation, Prophet Muhammad spent years engaging in solitary meditation inside the quiet isolation of the cave of Hira. Furthermore, the foundational practice, meditate on the name of God, is a core pillar woven through almost every major world religion, from the repetitive prayers of the West to the chants of the East. Before we explore its spiritual depths, let's look at what modern Western medicine has discovered. High-quality clinical data, including randomized controlled trials, published in JAMA Internal Medicine, show that structured mindfulness meditation programs can significantly reduce psychological stress and anxiety and systemic inflammatory markers. From a clinical perspective, it is a proven prescription for mental and physical longevity. But if we cross the bridge into Eastern tradition, meditation is used for something far greater than physical and mental health. It is the vehicle used to reach the absolute pinnacle of spiritual wellness, realizing the divine within. The legendary religious historian and comparative scholar Dr. Houston Smith beautifully articulated the core differences and striking parallels between global faiths. He noted that the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam traditionally view human beings as a direct reflection of God. In contrast, Buddhists believe our true underlying nature is Buddha nature. The Hindus teach that Atman, the individual soul, is inherently one with Brahman, the universal soul. In fact, the Gatha and Shvetashvatara Upanishads, some of the oldest religious scriptures on earth, explicitly state that the soul resides deep within the heart. This matches the teachings of Jesus, who explicitly declared that the kingdom of heaven is within us, a present, living truth meant to transform consciousness. This intimate connection is highlighted in John chapter 14, verse 20. On that day, you will realize that I am in my Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. When an individual successfully realizes this internal divine state, it is called moksha, nirvana, or salvation. Swami Vivekananda emphasized this goal for all humanity. In this state, a person is permanently liberated from all mental and physical suffering, anchored in an unshakable bliss. When you are one with your divine or Buddha nature, you no longer need anything external to be happy. You do not depend on anyone or any possessions for your inner peace. So, how do we reach this state? The Bhagavad Gita teaches that humanity can realize its true divine nature through 4 distinct spiritual pathways. I will be creating a dedicated video on each path soon. But today, our focus is entirely on Raja Yoga because meditation serves as its absolute core engine. For practical purposes, Raja is synonymous with Patanjali's 8-limb Yoga Sutras. Physical postures or asanas represent just one single part of this system. There is a profound, beautiful parallel between Patanjali's 8 limbs and the Buddhist Eightfold path. Both are blueprints designed to ethicalize and focus the mind. With dedicated practice of this integrated way, the mind becomes perfectly still for long periods of time. This absolute stillness is required to see who you truly are. The Buddha offered a timeless analogy. If you try to look at your reflection in dirty, turbulent water, the image will be distorted. But when still, you instantly see your nature. There are many ways to practice, but the most universally accessible method is simply focusing entirely on the natural flow of your breath. If you are looking for an exceptional roadmap, I highly recommend Meditation and Its Methods by Swami Vivekananda and Meditation and Its Practice by Swami Rama. For free resources, popular apps like Insight Timer or the nonprofit Medito and Healthy Minds program are incredible roadmaps to start your journey. While an experienced teacher is wonderful, a lack of one should never deter you. Remember, the Buddha took the responsibility entirely upon himself beneath the Bodhi tree and achieved ultimate liberation. Never forget that you are a reflection of the divine and your potential is limitless. My encouragement to you today is to take up this practice and commit to it every single day. Be incredibly patient with yourself. Remember the Zen saying, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes every day. Unless you're too busy, then you should sit for an hour. Many people give up early because the mind feels restless. Remember, it took the Buddha 6 long years of intense dedication. Approach this with absolute faith. If your goal is true inner liberation, you must cultivate an unshakable resolve. Think of the Buddha's vow to not leave his seat until he uncovered the truth. But remember this, simply listening will not result in liberation. As the Buddha warned, don't mistake the finger pointing at the moon for the moon itself. These words are merely the signpost. You must take action. The Dhammapada speaks with urgency. There is no time to waste. The journey may appear difficult, but have faith, as promised in Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be opened. Or as the great Sufi mystic Rumi beautifully wrote, as you start to walk on the way appears. And remember, that path will look different for everyone. Whether it is devotion, meditation, service, or philosophy, step onto it completely. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more about integrative medicine topics, please click on this next video right here. I'm Dr. Sharma, wishing you physical, mental, and spiritual balance. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy.